Hello everybody, welcome back to my class. I am Dr. Mohammed Hayat Razvi. In this video, we are going to discuss two topics. One is radar frequencies, another one is applications of radar. In the first topic, the radar frequencies, generally the radar is using frequencies between 220 megahertz to 35 gigahertz. 220 megahertz is a VHF, very high frequency band, and 35 gigahertz is microwave frequency band. So the general radar, conventional radars, use frequencies from ranging from VHF to UHF frequencies. The other radar is skywave, which is also called as over the horizon radars, OTH. These radars operate at very low frequencies like 4 to 5 megahertz because these are the skywave propagating radars. We all know very well that skywaves are operating below 30 megahertz. So these radars which operate at 30, less than 30 megahertz are called as skywave HF or over the horizon radars. The next one is using very low frequency radars, which are called as ground wave or HF, ground wave HF radars. These are normally used for the surveillance and law enforcement. These radars are called as ground wave radars. The other two types of radars, which are using extremely high frequencies, these radars are called as millimeter radars and laser radars. These radars use frequencies from above 94 gigahertz. Millimeter radar uses 94 gigahertz, and above this frequency is used by the laser radar. These millimeter wave radars and the laser radars are used for satellite communication in space. If you see the next topic, next slide, which shows the radar band of frequencies. Here you can observe this is the general frequency spectrum. Out of this general frequency spectrum, the frequencies ranging from around 220 megahertz to till 35 gigahertz. These frequencies are called as radar frequencies. These radar frequencies are lying in VHF, extending from VHF to UHF, SHF, and EHF, extra high frequency band, extremely high frequency band. So this band is also called as centimeter waves. This band is called as this is millimeter waves, this is centimeter waves, this is decimeter waves, and this is metric waves. So this is the wide band of frequencies that can be used for radar applications. Now these radar application frequencies are having different bands which are denoted by L, S, C, X, Ku and Ka bands. So all these frequencies are also called as microwave frequencies, and this region is microwave frequency region, which starts from 220 megahertz till 35 gigahertz. So if you observe the standard frequencies which is given by IEEE. So these frequencies are starting with L band. L band is 1000 to 2000 megahertz. Particularly the specific radar band based on ITU assignments for region 2. So as per standards, 1215 to 400, 1400 megahertz is L band radar application frequency. The next band is S band, which extends from 2000 to 4000 megahertz. These are two bands here. Two bands here. 2300 to 2500 megahertz is one band. 2700 to 3700 megahertz is the another band. So here we got three bands till now. Next band is C band, which is starting from 4 gigahertz till 8 gigahertz. From 4 to 8 gigahertz, there is only one band allocated, that is 5250 to 5925. Like this, there are many bands given, which you can refer later. So these are various band of frequencies that can be used for radar communication. So on a whole, radar uses a conventional radar uses frequencies from 220 megahertz till 35 gigahertz, and out of these frequencies, there are different bands of frequencies, that is L band, S band, C, X, Ku, K, and Ka bands. These are the broad range of bands that can be used for radar communication. Okay, I hope you understood this. You can refer it later from this screen. The next topic is applications of radar. As we have seen in the previous classes also, radar can measure the distance between the radar station to the target vehicle or target from a target. So radar primarily can be used to detect whether there is a target or not. If there is a target lying, at what distance is the target. So these are the two applications of pulse radar. Now, other than this, there are some more types of radars which are studied in the coming videos. Those radars can detect the range, along with the range, they can detect whether the target is stationary or moving. If the target is moving, is it approaching us or it is going away? If it is moving, if at all if it is moving, at what velocity it is moving. Radars are so accurate that it can give you the exact velocity of the vehicle. So all these are the applications of radar. Even some radars can be used to communicate with the satellites also. So now let us see what are the applications of radar. The first application of radar is radar has been used to detect the targets on the ground, on the sea, in the air, in the space, and even below the ground. So yeah, I think all of you might be knowing that satellite from using the satellites also we can get some information which is under the below the ground. Similarly, we can get the information below the ground using radar also. So radar don't have any boundaries. It can be used over the ground, in the sky, on the sea, and even in the space also. So because radar generally uses electromagnetic signals don't have any boundaries to propagate. It can propagate in the air, on the sea, in this space also. So these are the applications. Next one is ground-based radars. These ground-based radars generally used to detect the aircraft and space targets also. And first of all, for the primary application of these ground-based radars are to detect and to locate. Some radars can be used to track the vehicles also. The third point is shipboard radars. Normally, ships need some guidance, whether there is any iceberg under the water. So they use radar to detect whether there is any iceberg in the radar, and they use the radar for the personal surveillance. That means they can detect any to locate any buoys, shoreline, if there is any other ship nearby traveling, and if there is any torpedo coming towards it, is there any submarine under the in the path of the ship. All this can be identified. Coming to the airborne radar, this airborne radar is also you can say, for example, if an aircraft generates a radar, this radar can be called as airborne radar, which similarly as the ship, in the case of the ship, it can also detect the other aircrafts, ships, land vehicles, all these things. So, a flight may also use it for its personal safety and surveillance. In the space, radar has assisted in the guidance of spacecraft and the remote sensing of land and sea. The remote sensing applications normally are very widely used for weather forecasting and ship survey, that is sea surveys. Okay, the next application is air traffic control. Normally, whenever you go near to an airport, you can see a very tall tower. On the tower, there is a radar antenna which is revolving. So that station is called as air traffic control. This normally uses to guide the aircraft which is approaching the airport, that is landing and taking off. So radars used for the purpose of safety and controlling of the air traffic. Aircraft and ground vehicular traffic at large airports are monitored by means of high resolution radar. These radars normally detect how many targets are there, how many vehicles are standing, which are moving and which are not moving. So this vehicle traffic control can be handled by simply this radar equipment. See, for example, if you are manually counting the vehicles and trying to control in some situations, like when it is severe rain and a foggy day, where your eye vision cannot go beyond some 100 to 200 meters. In such cases, radar helps you very much to identify, to count the number of vehicles and its movement also. So it's very helpful, particularly in ATC, air traffic control, and airports. Radar has been used with ground control approach systems, which is used for landing the vehicles in a even in a bad weather condition. This is aircraft navigation. The weather avoidance radar used on aircraft to outline the regions of precipitation to the pilot is classical from the radar. So pilots normally use to check weather avoidance, like some severe clouds and all. They can avoid that path. So radar is also used for terrain avoidance and terrain following. The radar, the radio altimeter used to find height. Normally, all aircrafts are equipped with a dedicated radar equipment, which helps the flight to know its height. That is altitude altimeter. As we have discussed, it can be used for ship safety, and the same radar can be used for space also. The space vehicles have used the radar for rendezvous and docking, and for landing on the moon. So these are the applications of radar in space. And the major application, one of the beautiful and major application of radar is remote sensing. Remote sensing is to detect whether there is any cyclone, whether there is any depression. Radar normally helps to detect and to forecast the vehicle, to check the environment. All the radar are remote sensor. All the radars are remote sensors and used for sensing of geographical objects or the environment. Remote sensing with radar is also concerned with earth resources, which includes the measurement mapping of sea conditions, weather resources, ice covers, agriculture, forestry, forestry conditions, geological formations, and environmental pollution. So these are the applications of radar. I think you understood this topic, and I hope if there are any doubts regarding this topic, you can write your doubts in the comments. The other applications are law enforcement. Even in the law enforcement, like you might have seen traffic police using radar for automobile vehicle speed detection, and even in the tolls, at the tolls, vehicle number of vehicles count can be carried out by using radar, and vehicle control can also be done using this radar. So this is about radar frequencies and applications of radar. I hope this is I like this video.